Welcome back to Valley Boys TCG. I'm CK. I'm joined again here with Ivan and James. And today we're on episode 2 of the podcast. We're going to talk about a few things. But before we get to that, I just want to mention we have a new affiliate now, W Energy. So if you're interested in a new energy drink that won't make you feel all jittery, W Energy, check them out. Use the code VBTCG to get 10% off. So now let's get to the topic. So, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Good to have you all here.
Good to be back.
Yeah, it's good. I know we were probably a week behind. We were gonna do an episode last week, but we kind of life gets in the way, right?
Yeah.
Life finds a way to get in the way. So start us off. First thing we probably want to talk about the quote unquote ban list.
I don't want to talk
Right.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much of a ban list, but it is what it is. Bandai wanted to slow down what War Greymon is going to be doing in the future and what Black War Grey is doing right now. So, I mean, I kind of called it. Me and Ivan had a bet. I called it, and he didn't think so, but Greymon X got hit 2-1. It doesn't really surprise me. It doesn't surprise me, to be honest. I don't know if it
doesn't.
surprises you guys.
But like, I thought it was gonna be like Cool Boy, and maybe delayed hits. You know they've done that before. I was expecting some delayed hits for BT12, EX4, something like that. You know,
Yeah.
somewhere down the road, but no, it's just M1X.
Yeah, the list wasn't much of a list. It was more of a ban list update or a ban card. Basically, it's just the Greymon X antibody from BT11, which only hits Black War Greymon X or War Greymon X2. I guess.
Deck.
Yeah, exactly. What were what were your top 3 cards expecting to be hit? Because I think we were all expecting more than just one card.
Realistically, I thought it was realistic. I thought it was gonna be Cool Boy across the board. Would hit everything. I would slowed everything down. Maybe Greymon X to like 2. I didn't expect 1. But granted, if you use the 2 in Digimon, that doesn't really matter because there's so much drawing in this game. But Cool Boy, what's his face? The green Akuamon X? Akuamon X, right?
Aquamon or Akua X?
Akua X is the one that reduces
Yeah.
um
The level 6 Digioff. Well,
Yeah.
it's into an Insectoid, but yeah.
yeah, so it was either Akua or Akua X. It allow you to like gain benefits when suspending your opponents, and they don't rely on Cool Boy. So you don't hit Cool. If you hit Cool Boy, Grandis is fine. And maybe for a third hit, I mean, like I've said before, our meta's healthy, but maybe Shout or Taichi. Just touch the deck again. Not don't kill it. Just simmer it down. It already has a lot of cross tamers también. So maybe. Oh, and I guess for delayed hits, there are so many hits they could have done. They could have done for heals, since we'll talk about that later, right? I think Gunslinger would have been a nice hit for Bios. Greymon they already did. The Marcus, the EX4, no, the BT12 Marcus for the free Evos. That would have been a nice delayed hit. But other than that, that's it. Cool Boy, one of the green, and some delayed hits, some cross hits, but no, I guess not.
Yeah, I think in my top 3, it was definitely Greymon X. I kind of felt like Cool Boy was going to hit, but then I felt like it wasn't going to get hit just because, like, X-Ante is very popular, and I don't think Bandai wants to get rid of some of their most popular cards. Like, they did hit a Greymon card, okay, but, I mean, there's other Greymon cards that can replace it, so I see it. But, like, Cool Boy, like, I kind of felt it, but not really. Not as much as I felt like Greymon X. But yeah, I mean, going from there, like Akuamon X, I I actually didn't think about it now until you said it because it is essentially doing the same thing that Greymon X is doing
If
by
you really think about it,
reducing.
yeah, because I mean,
You're
it gains
reducing,
memory.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
gains memory.
I didn't even think about that until now. So I would have to definitely put that in my top three as well. And then, like you said, with cross, like to hit it again without killing the deck, I would see Taiki getting hit if anything, just to slow the deck down. And there's other cards in there that do exactly the same thing without searching. So you have
Mm-hmm.
Kiriha, and then you have the new White Tamer.
You got
Yeah,
the
I was
That
gonna say
you,
fusion.
the white tamer kind of supplements that Taiki anyway, so it kind of
Mm-hmm.
works out.
yeah. So I mean, I could see Taiki, getting hit to one maybe.
Yeah.
The rookie Shoutmon, I think would
Too much.
like I think it'd be a little too much just because they would be losing rush. They
Yeah,
wouldn't have as many rush targets, or they
we
wouldn't be
need
able to
more.
give multiple Digimon rush. It would just have to.
Right.
It would be a lot slower. It would slow the deck down.
Right.
But yeah, that was. I think that's probably my top three: Greymon X, Akua X, and Taiki.
Yeah, I was thinking like I saw I can see the Cool Boy. I think Cool Boy was definitely one of the leading candidates going into it with Greymon X, and then um, for a third, see I hadn't thought of the Akuamon at all going into this, but that makes a lot of sense. That could be one if Grandis really starts taking off again. But my I kind of like the dark because somebody mentioned it. I think the guys in the other uh, in the Harlingen group mentioned Chaos Deck, and I could totally see that because that one is definitely a sleeper pick. It's not.
Oh,
It is definitely an annoying card to get around. I think it's one of those that it's really there's no way around it once it
they're
hits.
starting to be ways around it.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
starting.
and just
Galactic
yeah.
doesn't care about it.
Yeah,
Uh,
Galactic and
The
the
new
There's
album.
machine.
cards that you can there's cards to play around that, especially in red, that just ignores option cards altogether. There's multiple ways to do that. There's cards, I mean, give Black or Gray for example. They have Yuya, just not affected by options. So I mean, let me see. Red Hybrid.
Yeah.
You throw in the level 5 red hybrid's about to be really popular in the next set. It's
Oh
gonna come
yeah.
back up. So I mean, there's ways to go around
Yeah, and
degrade.
Alpine.
It slows you down. It really does, especially if you hit it in security.
Yeah.
Really slows you down. But I mean, there's ways to play around it and stuff. Unfortunately, like in maybe like blue or like purple, I would say it hurts a lot more depending on. I guess when I talk about purple, I'm talking about BLs right now, right? Because
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
that's what's coming up and that's hot. So
yeah.
if Beelzemon hits a degrade in security, like that's it, that hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Same thing with blue also. Like if they hit anything blue right now, if they hit degrade in security, it hurts
It's
a lot.
fragile. It's fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there was a time where people were running Red Splash in the Melga decks so that they
Oh
could
yeah, they
play
run
ADP.
the dual tamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, either the Dual Tamer or I've seen some run the Hero just to give the
The
extra
DP.
DP in case they needed it, which isn't a terrible option, I guess. But it another thing I was thinking on the list is because it was an update to the list, right? So they were updating the list. So in that terms, that could mean that there could be some stuff coming off the list. Now, is there anything that you think could be reduced or changed from the current ban?
Not really, to be honest.
Not really. It's kind of risky. You
Like
see,
I think Bandai is really good at making these lists. Like
Yeah,
they've done a really good job, I think. So I mean, I think everything that's at one right now or that is banned deserves to be at one or be banned.
right,
Uh,
right.
Tommy is, we saw
Yeah.
the blue hybrid era. That was just crazy. Let me
Although
see.
the with all the X antibody decks running the X antibody option, I guess the stun isn't as effective on those decks now. So that's one big plus they have. But yeah,
Yeah,
Tommy
The only
was a very annoying card when Blue Hybrid was running rampant.
Yeah.
the only
HPD
card
also.
I
You bring HPD up higher
No.
than one. Oh,
Yeah, no, that.
Bloom Lord's gonna go crazy.
It's
Yeah,
already
no.
good.
Yeah,
You feel like a god when you top that card. It's like it's a
Oh
plus
yeah.
one memory, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
You see that
Yeah.
in Bloom Lord?
Card.
That's it. Like
Yeah.
that's golden.
The only cards, in my opinion, I have two. But that this is considering Black War at full power. Before the ban list, I thought that Jet Sylphie would come back.
Mm.
Because
Okay.
Black War would just adapt and they would play more aggro and like Congo. They would play Congo. You swing for 3, burn 1, play Congo, then do the combo, and then they can't do anything about it, and you win on the following turn, right?
Right. Okay.
And Savior. Savior, because of the future
Oh.
support, I think it becomes irrelevant, but I haven't tested it, obviously.
Yeah.
But now with the hit, and like with the hit and like how slow Black War will become, or how much slower, it's not slow by any means, but how much slower,
Right.
Get Sylphie is now pushing it. Like, I don't know. I was an advocate. I even told Jonathan, I'm like, maybe, but no.
Nah,
Maybe
Yeah.
I don't think Jet Sylphie can come off just because it's a level 5 that you're digivolving for 1 and you get heal.
Yeah.
It's too good. A level anything like a level 5 digivolving for 1. Like I know it's in the other hybrid decks, but like that's
But
some
you wouldn't
cheap.
plus as much as Yellow Hybrid. I mean, what were the other ones doing? Nothing. Getting a free bounce of
Yeah,
a
the
KO.
other ones aren't as good as
Yeah.
healing,
Yeah.
getting a
Exactly.
whole
That
life
recovery.
back.
Green Hybrid
Yeah.
was like turboing in and like evolving. That's it. Red
Yeah.
just got a beat stick. Blue got a bounce. A yellow. Yellow got a heal, and that heal can be anything. Just more
Essentially
security.
double heal in 1 turn. So,
Yeah, you just evolve again or something.
I mean,
yeah.
Like it's not
I
that
guess they
difficult.
each had their thing, right? I mean, we had obviously the yellow's recovery, blue had the bounce, green had the big Evo swing, which could also pierce and trash and burn. Red was just aggro with a built-in ADP. Their level 5 was an ADP built-in, but you had to go to the 5 and then to the 6, and it had to be
Yeah,
Emperor because you
you
had
needed
to utilize
blitz.
Blitz.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
needed the blitz for Emperor.
Yeah, so their level 5 for 1 cost wasn't a huge thing because you were still going to have to pay memory to go into the blitz anyway. So basically, it's the same thing as playing ADP. You're still paying 1. So
Mhm.
it was.
Yeah.
I guess you got an extra card draw off of it, but Jet Sylphie I think was the most important yellow or level 5 hybrid.
Yeah.
Or most. Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
cards with a,
I don't see it coming off. That's all I got to say.
you can't argue about Mega Digimon Fusion. You can't argue. That card can't.
That card is
That card is
broken.
it's
That and we
nine
never
is
got
too.
to really get to use it at like broken potential with hybrids.
I mean,
That's
we used it. We did use it
Oh
in
yeah,
Lilith
but I
Loop,
mean,
but we didn't get to use it like
in the hybrid
super
meta.
broken in the hybrid meta.
Reinforced is another yellow hybrid security style card that is just
Yeah.
annoying. Like it's not fun to play against.
Yeah.
But oh, look at this! You die and you die. Like no matter. What other Argo? No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
8 level 5s that you can evolve for free and generate bodies for Bloom.
yeah, Bloom would abuse.
okay. Yes, I do see that.
And their
Although I don't
vegetation.
see it coming off, but I will argue that in Bloom it wouldn't do as well, because it's a
Why? Oh,
mutant.
yeah.
It's not vegetation, so you
Oh,
can't
it's a
search it.
medium. Okay.
That's the only thing I can argue. Other than that, like yeah, the free bodies off of it and the free digivolving is
It's ridiculous
Yeah,
having
and
8
then
level
when
5s.
attacking, it's when it's attacking, it's plain and green suspended, right?
yeah, it's
So
It's a
it's adding
suspended
to
body that
adding
can buff
to
up Bloom.
Bloom. Yeah.
yeah.
You can buff
So
up Bloom.
yeah,
Yeah,
What
that's
else
the
is
only
in
thing I
there?
can say about it is you can't search it. So,
yeah,
but
but
I
I mean,
mean, it still
You think
definitely
that's hard?
deserves to be at 1.
What else
yeah,
is in the ban list? Ice Wall? Nah.
Yeah, no way
yeah,
Icewall's ever coming back.
Tommy?
yeah.
No. What is in there?
That's really it. There's not.
That's kind of.
Eismon.
Oh, Eismon. There's no way.
You think so?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't
Why?
think so because it brings a whole body.
Like, wasn't it a problem because of Chimera?
What do you
That's
mean?
it,
'Cause
right? The 2 free bodies, DNA, Chimera do shenanigans?
Oh, I mean, yes and no. I mean, in
I mean,
purple, you're obviously discarding a lot, so you get multiple free bodies off of Eismon, and then you just
yeah,
use Genkaku promote. Like,
that was the thing. Yeah, you would get an Eismon for free, and then you just Evo to promote for one and let it swing, so that way you'd get the extra swing off of it.
You're hearing
yeah.
my thoughts about purple in a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
But
We know
like, okay,
you're not a
so
purple player.
hey, hey, hey,
right, right.
I can play cards. Okay, I know how to read my cards. I can kind of, I can handle myself. What do you
Right.
think about the meta now though? BT11 boundless post April. What do you think
Or
the format's
BT
gonna be
the meta
for BT11
BT11 meta.
post
With Bios?
boundless? Yeah. Well, I guess that includes Beal structure, but not
Yeah.
BT12. I'm saying April 1st.
Right,
Like
right. Structure. Yeah,
Yeah, so structure.
it's.
structure and post Greymon X. What do you think is gonna be like?
I think Greymon, Black War Gray is still
Really?
gonna
You
be.
still think so?
Oh yeah, for
He
sure.
he's still top
Okay.
three at least. I mean, he's. I don't
Yeah.
Oh,
know.
yeah. I think it'll be tier one, but I do think maybe
Um,
cross.
I do see Cross coming back up a lot more. Whether it's mixed with Mervamon or X7, no, it's
Yeah,
still really good, and nothing got hit from it. So I
yeah.
mean, it had Black War Gray had kind of problems against it, but
You
not
did.
really because if they didn't see their Hades source, like that's pretty much it.
You just needed to
But
time team
yeah,
them.
I mean, I think it just the hit just brings Black Orgay back a little to everything else, whereas it was pretty far ahead before. Like it wasn't unbeatable,
Nah,
Right.
but it was still,
it was head and shoulders above the
the
rest.
best. Like you knew
Yeah.
for sure it was you're gonna have a hard time against that deck.
I mean,
But
it was
yeah, the reduction definitely brings it back a little. It won't do as consistently now that Greymon X is gonna be at 1. But it is still tier 1. Like I still
don't
think it's one of the best decks still, for sure.
I played
Yeah.
maybe like 5 games with the new ban list. I just replaced them for Greymon X's and added a memory boost. Still see it
Yeah.
with very little issue. You still see the Greymon X, the virus Greymon X,
Mhm.
but you just have one. So they answer it for the your following stacks. They're gonna be slower. You need something to like push yourself more.
Now with
'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
with that being kind of our top meta pick or one of the top meta picks, and since you play it so much, Ivan,
yo,
red base or black base?
I haven't tried the black base. The new Deltamon, the
Uh huh.
Deltamon, the Agumon X, and the black Agumon X and the Deltamon. I haven't tried it because I don't think you need to. If
Okay.
anything, Black War itself falls out of favor for Wargrave, for BT12 Wargrave. But I'm gonna try
Yeah.
it just with red base, the 3 red Greymons, X from past, and 2 red memory, and go from there. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Like James said, it's still Greymon. It still has. You can still play. You can outplay your opponent. Just evolve in the back for Greymon X for Metal Greymon. Give him 4 memory. Who cares? And the following turn promote and swing. Granted, you are a whole turn slower. So decks like Melga. We didn't even talk about Melga. Melga will see a lot more play because that's all they need. That one turn and they'll go face.
Right.
Yeah. I think Melga is definitely gonna come back up.
Yeah, I agree.
Now that Black War Gray got hit, it's definitely gonna come back. So we'll have to see how it does against Yos.
True, because
Yeah.
all the removal that
Because
deals may have
yeah,
in security.
they're not protected from protection like Black War Gray is.
Correct,
So
correct.
against BLs, it's more
It's definitely
they
outspeeding
they
it.
have a chance of hitting stuff in security as long as you have the trash for it, right?
Right.
So and it's as we all saw this past weekend, it's very easy to trash in that deck. So
Right.
yeah, that's the only thing I could see is Melga's it'll definitely come back,
Hmm.
but I think it might struggle a little bit against BLs.
Like to keep up. Do you think it doesn't have an issue
I
keeping
I
up,
wouldn't
right?
say not keeping up. Like it still has all its
Yeah.
pieces, so it's still
Lack
gonna
of
be
security.
fast. It's just the security that it's gonna have
No
to be
protection.
wary of, especially if it hits barrage and security
Yeah.
or Death Slinger.
Empo's
Oh,
current build runs a lot of pretty big bodies. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, they're all like 13K.
Yeah,
three,
they've gotten
three,
bigger.
two.
Definitely
Yeah,
gotten bigger.
How many
the new
cards can you
blast
remove?
mode is 13, and I think one of the BLs is 12, and the other's 11.
Yeah, so you have,
Yeah,
I
So
mean,
it
with numbers,
ranges.
three Beals, three structure Beals, two blasts, that's 8 cards, and some number of
I
removals.
mean,
So
Melga's usually swinging at like 13 or 14 anyways, no?
Melga, but not. I mean, the combo is with the ultimate.
yeah,
Oh,
and
that's true. That's true.
That
that's
is
why I
swinging
say
for
like
like,
those
Oh
that
yeah,
splash.
that's true.
I
Yeah.
think the little red package splash kind of works because you're DP boosting the level 5 and you're giving yourself access to ADP. Because I mean that's Melga's big thing is removal and security.
yeah,
And so
Yeah.
it's they have obviously battle protection. It's just the removal. So I understood the Melga build that had the little red splash to play ADP. That's how I had built mine.
okay.
I didn't play it often enough. So
Hmm.
I think that might be a way to go, especially with if Beelzemon's going to be played a little bit more in BT11. I obviously the structure deck. Everybody had fun with the structure deck with the Beelze Cup, so I think Beelze's still gonna come into this meta, but it's not going to be a threat as it is going to be in the next set.
Fair enough.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Fair enough.
with that, I mean, I think our meta, I think the BT11 meta is pretty solid with the Black Orb Greymon X still going to be there. I think, uh, your Grandis and Bloom Lords are still up there. Melga, I agree, it's going to come back up. Uh, Beelzemon's going to
Shoutmon.
see some play. Yeah, Shoutmon for sure. And the thing about Shoutmon is, there's different ways to build the Shoutmon deck. There's the classic X7,
Both
like you
are
said, and the
super
more.
good.
Yeah, both are really good, and it's like you're not completely sure which one you're playing until it's too late, or at
Yeah,
least too late game one, and then after
Yeah.
that, then you're like, okay, well, what am I
I
doing now?
mean, you can kind of tell, maybe, or you can lean to it if they play the trio tamer,
Ignite.
the
Or
trio
Ignite
tamer, or
also.
ignite. That's a big tell.
Yeah,
Ignite is a huge tell.
yeah, ignites the tail,
If
definitely.
they, or in the trio tamer, in my opinion. I don't.
Yeah.
Again, I don't play a lot of cross, but in my current build, I'm following my friend Jonathan, so our teammate Jonathan. He didn't play the trio tamer, so
Okay,
that's how I would justify it. I'm like, I see the trio, I can expect X7,
yeah,
but
that
James is
makes sense.
100% correct. If you see Ignite, expect Merva.
Yeah. Deck Merva. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do y'all feel about Blue Flare?
It's it gets better. It definitely
If
gets better. I think right now it's in a decent spot. Um, I don't remember if the support is in BT12 or is it EX4?
EX4, it's an
It's
EX4.
EX4, right?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that.
So when we have those extra sets like that, like EX4, I consider it the same meta as the previous
Same.
As
A
set.
lot of people
So
yeah,
separate it, but
yeah,
yeah.
because
it's
it's an extension, so
yeah, and they come out a lot sooner. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the first half of BT12, it obviously will slow down a little bit, but once EX4 comes out, the deck is just so smooth. that You, it's so easy to find everything, and the deck
Do
just
they
works
still
so
have
well.
the
So
Do they
yeah,
still have
so
the restriction
it
of having two bodies on the field?
it gets. I mean, even that, like you're playing decks that are kind of going wide. Bloom Lord, Hunters, Cross,
Yeah.
even Greymon, like they're hard playing stuff to get those on play effects.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it works well in the meta, and that's why I think it'll do okay.
Okay.
Will it top anything? I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I think so. It's gonna.
probably
I mean,
will, because
because
people
of the
like Blue
ulti cup.
Fair.
The
yeah.
ulti cup is going in with a lot of steam because of the ulti cup.
Yeah,
Blue Flare did have some representation at the Oak Cup. I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the chart. The chart shows some crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, the Ultimate Cup had some very interesting decks. Uh, I think going into it, the main ones that we were thinking were Old Force and Bloom Lord. I think were the top two contenders going into this,
People are hyping up
and
Machine too.
Machine Dramon. Yeah, Machine Dramon. And see, at first I didn't really think about Machine Dramon too much, but there is plenty of black base Machine
Yeah.
Dramon stuff to make it work. Especially because one of the new big support was that Metal Tyrannomon, who's green and black anyway. So yeah, you don't get a lot of the red cards that do a lot of stuff, but there's plenty of black and
A good chunk of the Machine cards are dual color black. So
Yeah.
that helped a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I think yeah, Machine Dramon was one that I didn't even think about. I was just my mind was mainly because my Machine Dramon build is the red base with the Guillemon draw engine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I didn't even think about black base, pure black, um, or black split, and so yeah, that was surprising. But going back to the main two, like we talked about Old Force and Bloom Lord, I think were the main two going into it. I at least in my mind, and the in North America, Bloom Lord really showed up
Oh yeah,
because it
everywhere.
took. Yeah, but I think the one of the online North American ones was the first. All three, the top three places were all Bloom Lord.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a pretty big representation. But there were some very interesting decks in Ultimate Cup.
I mean, James brought up a one, the Dorbic one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that pretty crazy. Just it was full on red Dorbic,
yeah,
Yeah,
which I mean, I guess that works, right? With the stuff that gives you sec +1, you still
yeah,
get it
like
from the
it's just
Voltramon.
swing and like
You
hop
just
on
swing
security,
face.
like
That's literally what you do. Swing
yeah, go
face.
through all security.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and
yeah, that was pretty
that's
cool to
another
see
one.
that.
I didn't even think about red based Dorbic one because I've seen so many lists that run splash of blue and splash of everything,
You
and
run
so
the Majiramon or whatever it's called, so you can restand and
yeah,
stuff like that. But yeah, the
Yeah,
and
one that I'm like somewhat disappointed in that they didn't do better is Force. I really thought Force was the call.
same. I thought Old Force was the main one going into it, and it did not take as big a chunk as I expected.
Yeah, I mean you could say it's the price point of the deck, but that really isn't an excuse for especially a high level of play. They don't really care. They just get cards, they play cards. So I
True,
don't think the
but
price range is an excuse.
well, I think a little of it is. I mean, the price is definitely one. It's because people weren't seeing it as a high tier deck, and so I think the win rate versus the price point drew a lot of people away
Correct.
from it.
Yeah, it was not. It's
But
not worth.
in this format, I think it was perfect for it. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, the announcement for the format came in such a small window that I
Something
think
like a
people.
2 week window, something like that. It was
Yeah, it was
something small.
like 2 weeks, and so I think people didn't have time to one they were trying to plan on the fly, and then by the time they realized, oh, I should be playing Old Force, they probably weren't able to get their pieces in time. Those that may have wanted to. I mean, obviously, some had it. It was there. It had some representation, but I definitely expected a lot more out of Old
Yeah,
Force.
I agree.
yeah, and it's such a different format. Like you don't know
Oh,
what to expect. So I
Yeah,
mean, you could definitely bring in Or Force, but like,
you like
what do
somebody.
you
If
what?
you play against D Reaper, what do you do?
Yeah, like there's certain decks
yeah,
that you just lose against,
And
like
in
D
standard
Reaper.
format, you wouldn't see D Reaper because I mean that deck is just dies to Black
Yeah, it's
or
just
any deck that
yeah.
can run it over. Like
yeah,
you wouldn't see that in standard format.
Yeah.
right,
And another deck we saw top also, I think it got top four was Gallantmon. That's
Yes.
yeah,
what really surprised me. Which I
yeah.
mean, I can
Really?
see it. I think Gallantmon has a really good matchup against Bloomlord, so I
Oh
can
yeah.
definitely see it. But at the time, like I didn't think about it at all. I didn't think it was gonna do anything.
Yeah, and we brought that up earlier today. It's like Gallantmon was surprising, but then when you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, I mean, this is the perfect way to play it. This is the perfect time to play it because
It's slower. It's
Bloom Lord
slow
being the big
format.
one, and it's
It's
just
slow
popping off
format.
little.
It has a
Yeah,
good
Yeah.
a good matchup against the quote unquote best deck in the format.
right.
So
And then
yeah.
when the list came out, I think Ivan was the one who said, it's just regular ass Gallantmon.
Yeah, it's just
It
Regular
was
Gallantmon.
regular.
standard gallon. Like there's no
Uh,
spice, there's no nothing.
yeah,
It's just
and that's why I
regular
said
gallon.
the spice in that list is just salt and pepper.
Yep.
There's,
Oh yeah, I laughed at
that's
that too much.
Plain.
there's no real spice. The spice is just salt and pepper. It's plain, basic Gallantmon, but a good pilot take it a long way.
Oh
Obviously,
yeah.
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 Especially
So
if you're
there's
patient, if you know like what to do and when to do it. And you can take any deck far, right?
right.
Especially if you know what when to go in and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I like I like the idea of the format. I like this Ultimate Cup single color format. The only downside was obviously the late announcement to it. They announced it way too late, and that was unfortunate for people who paid and were building Black War
Mm.
X or
Yeah,
whatever
like
to
a
compete,
standard deck.
and then after they had paid, they'd get told, "Oh, you're not going to get to play the deck you want to play," essentially. So I think if they're going to use this for future Ultimate Cups, they need to announce it obviously before the Ultimate
Well,
Cup
this whole
actually.
season of Ultimate Cup is gonna be mono, no? So far,
I think
I
I think just the Ultimate Cups. I don't know if they're
right?
gonna do
Not
that
the
for
regionals, none
regionals.
of those. Just Ultimate Cup.
I don't think regionals is. They haven't said anything about regionals being that way, alternate format. But Ultimate Cup is the one that they use to experiment with rules.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
notice that with the sides and
With
the
side decks and
mulligans.
mulligans, yeah, that's whenever
Yeah.
they decided to test that
That's a
stuff
good. That's a
out.
good thing to bring up. I never thought of it like that. But
Yeah,
it's
Ultimate
testing
Cup
ground
is a testing ground for new rules.
for the standard.
Which also with Ultimate Cup they had their little restriction list, which we all thought was also going to play into some of the ban list.
That should have been a list. Call it a day there. Greymon X did nothing wrong.
Werewolf mode. You forgot about werewolf mode.
Yeah, Werewolf mode was on that.
That
list.
was okay. A little bit going back there. Purple is like one card away, or loop is like one or two cards away from being broken. It's
Yeah.
really fragile though. It's really fragile. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's really fragile.
Do you think if they get the Icemon back, loop would break?
I don't play enough purple.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think so, but I don't play
It'll
enough.
add more
That-
bodies. I
that-
mean, it could.
Would
It
the
wouldn't
key
lose
card
advantage.
then
'Cause
be?
you can
I-
cycle through your deck so fast, and like once you start your loop, like you just draw and draw and draw and draw and draw.
Yeah.
So I mean, essentially, like you can set up game. You end your loop, and you just have a bunch of Eismons on the field because you'll be adding stuff back from your trash and playing stuff constantly. So I mean, it's easy to constantly draw because you're constantly popping your level 5 to draw 2, discard 1.
So then
So
let's
you
say
have all those Eismons, and you have obviously you're gonna have scatter mode in the trash already. So it could be a problem. It could, but I mean,
then would you
there's
say
no
that
way we-
then calling for darkness would be the
Yeah,
one that?
I mean, calling at 1 is fine. Also, like I mean, I don't think it should be banned. It's
Nah.
because
You need
Yeah.
to. Purple as a
Yeah.
color in general needs a card like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely. And I would definitely like to see, and I would definitely like to play in this because I didn't sign up for the Ultimate Cup, but seeing the
Wait, you did?
monocolor and no, I'm signed up for regional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Me and Marco were signed up for regionals. He thought it was Ultimate Cup. Also, that's why he's been prepping for Ultimate Cup. And earlier today, I was like, no, I signed up for. I was like, I checked the email. I was like, no, it's regional. He's like, wait, I signed up for that same weekend. And then he's like, oh, it's not Ultimate Cup. Okay, I've been prepping
so
this
that
whole time.
idiot's been like,
He's been prepping for
For
Ultimate
one
Cup for
day?
nothing.
he's been
Yeah.
talking about it for a while too. He's like, "Am I
Yeah.
gonna play?"
He has
Force? Am I
been.
gonna play
Oh my
D-Reaper?
God.
Like he's been
He's
asking
been-
us to.
He's been prepping for ult rules, and then today we realized no, it's regionals. And as far as we know, it's regular.
no, it should be
So-
standard. I believe it's standard.
Yeah. So, but definitely, I do want to get into the next Ultimate Cup just to play with these fun rule sets and different decks, different metas, different everything. Like it's such a small difference, but it makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah, you can't play like supplemental engines. Like
Yeah.
Blackboard loses access to the white cards, to Cool Boy, to
Yes.
XMT.
I think I would just.
Cross is unplayable, literally unplayable.
Cross, yeah. Cross is unplayable.
Oh yeah.
This is
Cross.
this
Can't
is
play
very
cross
true.
at all.
Yeah,
Melga,
the only
loses
Shoutmon
Cool
you
Boy.
can play is Shoutmon DX.
Yeah. Red base.
Alma,
Yeah.
yeah. What other things could they do though? Like, what other formats do you think are possible? Just like on the top of your head.
If they
I mean-
really want to get crazy with it, they could do a no ban cards.
See, okay,
Okay.
that's a format that I want. Like, I want us to do at some
You guys
point.
like
I
this
would like to
stuff,
do a format called just Street Fight, where no hold bar, no rules, no limits. Like the
Oh, you
ban
guys are
list
crazy.
restrictions are gone.
Every
Just-
broken deck possible.
Yes, just Street Fight rules. You come in with what you got. Street Fight.
Les gusta la mala vida. I can't know what.
Well, okay.
I
Under
think
that rule set,
hybrid would benefit from that more than anything else.
Oh
So
yeah, they get too many
what
cards.
would- What would the top deck be in that though? Would you yellow or
Hybrid.
blue?
Blue hybrid or Blackboard? Because Blackboard has
Yeah.
the big tamer removal.
Yeah,
That's
because
it.
I mean,
Yellow también.
blue hybrid still takes time to set up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So black war could definitely take it out, I think.
yeah.
So I think it'll
Yellow
be
hybrid
black
también.
war at the top, and then probably blue hybrid and yellow hybrid.
Right. Because imagine that
No, I don't want it.
Digi fusion to Sano loop. It's just yeah.
And we can't
It's
forget about decks like freaking Bloom getting HPD and all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
getting
And,
getting full HPD and Argos would
and
be
yeah,
Argus.
yeah.
I
So
think I think that's a thing we could test, but like in a smaller setting.
oh yeah
Not a,
no
not a
definitely like
full
I'm
on
just saying
tourney.
maybe one of these days we'll do our own tournament at locals
See,
or
that's what I
whatever.
was telling James. I can't wait for this game to like live long enough that we can play. You know what? Let's play BT11 format. Let's play BT7 format and just
Yeah.
build decks like Yu-Gi-Oh with
Yeah.
Ghost or Time Wizard. They just do that. It's like old formats. Like that'd be cool. You
Oh
just whip
yeah.
it out from your old binders and like let's go. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm totally done for that. I love building decks and rebuilding decks, and that would definitely be fun to revisit some old stuff, um, and especially for newer players that weren't
Hmm.
around for those formats, getting to play it. Maybe it'd be a little harder for them to access some cards, but I think like
Um,
us that have everything since back then, we'll just have our bulk and be like, here, you guys want to play? Get what you need.
or
Let's build
nothing.
this.
Yeah, nothing should be expensive anymore. To
Oh
be
yeah, that's
honest.
true. That's true. The access to stuff should be very easy.
Yeah, even in our OG format like BT1, like special release booster one, whatever. Those
Yeah.
cards, Omnimon used to be $120. Now it's like what, five?
Yeah, if that, yeah.
I think it's
Hmm.
like 15. But
No, but that would be. I think retro formats are gonna be fun here, especially because maybe in Yu-Gi-Oh I'm not into retro formats because I didn't play back then. But in this game, since I started from like frame one, like the early release, I think it'd be really cool to play retro formats. One day.
one day,
Yeah, yeah,
one
definitely
day when we
revisit.
have super mega Digimon, everything fuses together to make one broken ass car.
So,
I think right now, I mean, it's a great time for the set. Isn't that old? Obviously, we don't have the set fatigue because BT11 isn't that old yet. It's
for
fairly new.
you,
Right.
but
Well,
me
I
and
mean,
James have been testing for like
okay, yeah. For you've been
January.
testing for a while, but I mean the actual
Yeah,
launch. Since the launch, it hasn't been that long.
nah, it
But
hasn't.
on top of that, so it's fairly fresh. But on top of that, Bandai's also given us the Ultimate Cup format and the Bielsa Cup format. So we've had something to, not only to kind of prolong this set, even though we don't need it yet. We've had early shakeups to how we're building and how we're playing things. So I think that's nice. It keeps it fresh, having different formats. And I think everybody's kind of scared for the Ultimate Cup because I think before they did release that survey of hey, what kind of alternate format would you like
Yeah,
to
yeah,
play? And
yeah.
there was some really weird things on there,
There
like
were
really weird.
like the
So
super security one or whatever it's called.
We'll start at 10.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You can't heal or something like that, but you start at 10. It's like whoa.
Or
yeah.
you
So
start
I
at
mean,
like 10 memory. There was one that was like you start at 10 memory every turn.
Regardless, yeah.
yeah,
There's
it's
some
like
crazy stuff in there.
Okay,
yeah.
who's got OTK first?
I, I mean,
Just build up and go.
start at 10 memory. Okay, Bushiyagu,
Yep.
Nah, bro, Dorbic. Dorbic for
Dorbic.
Oh,
3.
that also, yeah.
You're gonna need to be
That's front
playing
end,
all
yeah.
the draw cards for Dorbic.
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah, fair enough.
yeah, but there's some crazy formats in there that I mean we could see them come up or some iteration of them could still come back. And like we said, Ultra Cup was a single color. Um, Bielsa Cup, which we just had this last weekend, is another
Okay.
kind of in the same vein of Ultra Cup. It's a single color, but single color purple only. So it was more focused than the Ultimate Cup. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was to promote the new Bielsamon structure deck or advanced deck, as it was called, advanced structure deck, which I enjoyed the hell out of it. I mean, I was a Bielsamon player. I like playing Bielsamon, and the event was really fun. Lots of good stuff in there. Um, the first night at Kaboom, it was me and James were playing in the final together.
You had a good day that day.
I had a good pull. I pulled
Oh,
the
yeah.
alt, so I pulled the alt. Flipped
Had
that
we been
already.
like
It,
5 minutes late? you would have gotten it.
Yeah, it was a very exciting pool. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
super excited for it. I was so stoked,
I saw your
and
hands trembling when you showed it to me.
yeah, I was. I'm not gonna lie, I shook a little. Um, I wanted to keep it so bad, but I knew the smart thing was to let it go now while the value is there, and then
You
wait for the
are,
bounce
as of
back.
right now, from what I'm seeing, you're still plussing. You're plussing because the lowest I saw it did drop around $30. I won't say the money, the amount, right? But it
Yeah,
dropped $30 from where you sold it, más o menos. So you're
right.
still good. You're plussing.
Yeah, yeah, and then I think in another week it'll be even
When the
more.
actual release comes, like the actual release of the
Yeah,
structure, I agree.
yeah. So, and I only bought one structure deck, so it was lucky with one deck. I still need to buy another one. I still well I was gonna buy another one because I want my play set of the Itmons, but I
Yeah,
was like I'll just buy singles. I'm just gonna buy one, and then the one hit. So it was
that's
lucky
crazy.
night there, and
No, that's crazy.
yeah, it was a
I'm
good
not
night.
gonna lie. Like on Friday when I went, I was playing not Beatles. I was playing Lilith, no, Merva Minerva, but not the loop version. Just just plussing, simple deck, just plus. It was fun. I went on Sunday and I actually played Beals and playing the mirror. I learned that I do not like RNG decks. I don't like getting sacked. I do not like getting sacked. Like, oh, you only
It's
have two memory, you evolve. All right, cool, cool, cool. You're in your turn. Oh, wait, you mill six cards and you gain three memory. All right, I guess I'll just kill myself.
Yeah, so the mirror is definitely something that's a little tricky. I played Justin in the mirror, and that one was tricky in well, Justin was still learning the deck, so he hadn't played any Bielsa before, and so it was a little slow game. I think we took the longest that round, and I just had a turbo game three because we were already at time.
Mm.
But yeah, we were the one kind of holding up. I think round two. Um, but yeah, the mirror can be tricky because you're both milling and who's milling what and how much memory is going to either side. And it's like, okay, I pop something on their side. Oh, they milled and now they got the turn back on their side. Oh wait, but I gotta finish my mills. Okay, I'm getting the turn. Yeah, there's a little memory jump
Hmm.
around with that deck and all the milling, but it is so easy to mill yourself to death. So you
Oh yeah.
really have to manage your resources carefully. I think the trick to a Bielsa deck is that you want to get the early aggression is just to get your first 10 in the trash, and once you hit 20, you need to slow down the mill and go straight for the game now. You need to go straight aggro at that point because any more than 20 and you're really risking ending
Well,
your
that
game.
that's gonna be the game plan come BT12. That's gonna be the game plan.
Yes. Yeah.
Literally with one chip away, just swing with an imp. You're
Mm-hmm.
you're set up for game. Set up your 20 in trash, get your stack, promote, swing for two checks with the starter deck Beals or something like that.
Right.
Evolve, burn two, restand with the blast, and then swing for game. Something like that.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's
got some crazy stuff
Mhm.
because it's is the X antibody blast mode or is it X antibody Bielsa?
Beals,
Text
Beals
anti
X.
BLs. Yeah.
Bielsa, right? Okay. So that one is even easier. Let's say if you've gotten your mills in, you can turbo up with the starter deck Itmon and X antibody. You promote that starter deck and swing and Evo into the starter deck Bielsa, which gains you memory back, and then use an X antibody. You can go straight into the X antibody or use an X antibody option to go double Evo
True.
to go
That's
into
okay
the
too.
X antibody and trash and all the crazy stuff, as long
Hmm.
as you set up your trash correctly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the in BT12 Beelzemon definitely jumps up the ranks. That X antibody is pretty disgusting in what it can do.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just
And
saying.
as far as the deck goes, like right now, like it's still a really good deck.
Yeah,
Like
Can you hear him, CK?
yeah,
you can
Okay,
hear
I
me?
can barely hear him, but that's fine.
Oh, you
If
can't
you
hear me?
can, if it comes across fine.
it's just a little low, but
Oh, I'm not
I
sure.
think your mic just moved away from your mouth or something.
Oh, okay. Well, no, yeah, like the deck is still really good, even though right now it's missing the X part of it. Um, but as far as right now, like in the meta, I think it'll control Melga still for now, just
True.
because of the pop that it does get from Deathslinger and from Barrage. So it'll definitely still be a pretty good deck. But I mean, when BT12 comes, it's gonna take over because it's gonna have it's already swinging at very high DP because the Imp Mons and pretty much the whole line gives it plus DP.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
mean,
+3, +2,
if
+2.
you're playing like something like Black or Gray, they're not gonna be able to block or redirect. They're just gonna have to take it, or they're gonna have to force block because if not, then they just lose, right? But yeah, the I think the deck's gonna do great in BT12. Obviously, in Japan, we've already seen the results. It's a really good deck. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I think
but
currently right now I would say what mid to low tier 2 in current status.
That sounds
right
good.
now, I think it's up there with like I think it's tier 1. I think it's a tier
At,
1 deck.
in currently in BT11 with starter deck.
Yeah, I think it's a tier 1 deck, and that's my personal opinion. I think it's tier 1 because it can control a lot of stuff. Just
I
because of
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
I mean I would obviously I
Yeah.
love it. I'm trying to hold my bias aside. That's why I throw it down to tier 2.
No,
It's
I
probably
love it. I haven't played the deck like myself at all, but I plan on playing the deck.
yeah.
During Ultimate Cup, I mean, obviously you guys saw that I ran Bielstar,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Oh,
that
yeah.
was to counter BLs because I
Oh,
already knew everybody was going to want to play BLs or Merva,
Yeah.
right? But no, yeah, I'm going to play the deck myself. I've already play tested a ton in Tabletop Simulator, so I think it's a really great deck.
Yeah, it's fun as hell.
yeah. Yeah.
But
Trash.
so keeping in that line, the thought, let's I kind of I was listening to um, another group talk about formats similar and running formats similar at their locals to the Bielsa Cup, but celebrating other things. Like, what if we did that same concept, but right now we just had St. Patrick's Day? What if we did the same thing with all green only? An all green
Um,
event, St. Patrick's Day event. Come 4th of July, red, white, and blue. Just
Ooh.
those colors, stuff like that. And I thought that's a really interesting idea that I'd be down to put that in locals at some point, do special formats. I mean, we'd have to get everybody to agree to it, and
Yeah.
uh,
no,
Like we
some,
want to try again, like bring it back since like competitive season's like done pretty much. We want to bring
right,
back tag games, tag duels.
right. Oh yeah, the tag games. We haven't done the pairs in a while,
we
the
haven't
duo
done
matches.
Right.
That would definitely be something we should do again. The duo matches is always tricky of whether or not we can pick our partners or just leave it random. Um, I don't mind the random,
I
but
don't either.
I know some are like, oh, they want to be able to play with their friends, and it's like, well, I mean, it's more fair to be random, I think.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
people can be like, you know what? It's not fair that like, I know that last time we tried it, it would be like James and Waylon. This time it's gonna be me and James. I'm like, I'm not gonna pick that guy. Screw that guy. He plays green. He plays purple. I don't like him. We'll go with Jose. He plays Jank. I'm gonna get, brought down, but that's okay.
That was the thinking with me. I mean, I love to run jank, so I'm gonna run jank, and my thinking going into those, because obviously I usually run jank, is whoever I get paired up with, I base, if it's a newer player, I will try to help carry a little bit,
I get
but
you.
I'm not gonna try hard. Now, if I'm partnered with somebody more competitive and they're determined to win, then I'm gonna try to match their level of energy. Um, but it really depends on the partner. Like, if they're down to just jank around, then I'm down to jank around. If they really want to win, then I'm gonna try not to
Of
hold us
course.
back.
Oh yeah, don't hold back there.
Yeah,
I do this
exactly.
thing. I do this thing where I have my Andrew Woman box. I'm constantly moving decks from that thing. Whatever's in there at the time, I take it out, and that's what I play. I'm
Yeah.
like, "What's in here today?" But I don't remember what I put in here, and I'll
I,
open it, and then I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's
we've had
Grandis. Okay, I guess
tournaments
we're playing
where,
Grandis today."
yeah, we've had tournaments where I asked James, like, hey, what are you playing? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna run the tournament. I'm gonna fold everyone with Garbo, and he's like, "Oh hey, look, security control. You just lose." And I'm like, "All right."
I obviously I keep building stuff and I have more decks than I have time to play, but so that's why I'll show up with like 5 to 10 decks that I'm like one of these is gonna go tonight. I don't know which one it is, but one of these I'm leaning towards this one, but it could be one of these three now. Like I have a few that I want to go down to, and when I show up, then I usually have it routed down to my 3 picks for the night, but I still don't really know 100% sure till maybe 10 minutes before the round starts. So, yeah, I'm
You
RNG
know
and
who I
making the
hate?
deck.
You know who I hate? And he does this all the time, and it pisses me off. I usually go, you know what? I'm gonna play this. We're gonna have a fun locals. We're gonna play Gallon. Gonna play something, more relaxed. And then Jonathan shows up with 2 deck boxes, and he's like, "All right, cool. You decide what I play." And then he's playing like Angel or somebody, and they picked like his best deck, and I'm like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
like,
Never
no!
fails. Yeah.
I was gonna have
Yeah.
fun, and I'm just gonna get rolled. Like, why?"
It's such a fun mind game from him too. Like, hey, you pick how you do tonight.
Yeah,
Basically,
and
is what he's saying.
I
You
mean,
pick
he's
if
that
you're
good
gonna
of
have
a
a good time.
yeah, and he's that good of a player that he's like, regardless of what you pick, you're gonna have a hard game. You're gonna have a hard time. Like he's
Yeah.
just that good.
Yeah, he's good, and it's the illusion of choice. You
Oh
think you're
yeah,
choosing,
I
but
like that. I like
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's the illusion of choice. They're both bad decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, but yeah, there's definitely some fun stuff. Beelza Cup was fun. Ultimate Cup format's fun. Ban list is not fun for if you're Ivan. Um, but
I'm just saying. Okay, hold up. Black War Mirrors, BT11 format, pre-balanced, super healthy. We're heading into a format of RNG. We're gonna get it twisted every single game.
The best format.
No, cut it. That's horrible. It's like you can't account for anything anymore. You can't.
exactly.
Before you be like, you know what? I know exactly what my opponent's gonna do. I know exactly. I don't care. Now it's gonna be like, what is he milling? Oh, look at that. I put him at 1. That doesn't matter. He's gonna mill 2 Death Slingers, and then he's gonna mill like 2 Barrages. I'm like, okay, I just lose now. Like that's not fair.
Say I mill barrage,
That's
mill
why
death
Oh
you
man.
slinger, mill
stuff
blue
like.
eyes white dragon. What's going on?
That's why you run Gazimon.
Yeah,
No man, I'm not.
That's why you run Terrier. Oh
yeah,
wait,
memory
Red doesn't
blockers.
have
I
one.
don't. Okay, you run Terrier. Okay, cool. Mill the blast, kill the Terrier, then gain the memory.
Okay, to be fair, Blasts only run at 2.
Yeah,
A lot
you're
of
right.
times it'll already be in trash.
Fair enough on that one. It is only run at 2.
I mean, that's why I ran two. I ran 2 Gazi for my Beelstar deck that I ran,
Hmm.
and it worked out pretty well. I mean, they had to keep popping Gazi
Yeah,
because
they had to keep
if
removing.
not, then they just lose out on it. So yeah, when I was playing Angel on Sunday, like he kept popping my Gazi. I just kept bringing it back, but like he gets the effects off with Gales right on Digivolve the EX2 one.
Well, I mean,
So
black or gray evos over black. You can tech in into
yeah,
the
you
two
can pop.
mons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you
Oh
really
yeah, we
want.
saw how well that worked out for Marco when he's playing
Yeah.
Blackface. Yeah, he kept
Yeah,
having that Agumon X and it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean that's the name of the game, right?
Like I maybe when BT12 actually drops and we get the X line and it becomes more of an idea, like it has a goal.
Hmm.
I'll like Beals better or like the format better. But right now I'm not looking forward to it because it's not like you don't know what to expect because you do. You know
Yeah,
what to expect. It's just like the fact that the RNG can just the RNG gods bless you, or they just mess you up, and it's like, all right, cool. I did everything I could to stop that, but they got it twisted and they milked like a god. So it's like,
I think it's because the mill is more random that because purples draw one trash one, you can strategically set up.
that's fine. That's perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
because there's some strategy to that. There's a little
Hmm.
more planning to that. The the blind mill is, and it's, I know it's not completely blind because Promo Wizard you can stack some stuff on top, so it's not
Promo Wizard
completely
and
blind.
Iron
the
Mako.
Tamer, they
Iron
allow
Yeah,
you
and the
to
Iron Mako, yeah, but
do it.
it's still a little, like you said, it's still a bit RNG. You're still
We
rolling the
had that
dice a
talk.
bit.
Yeah, we had that talk later on today. Okay, cool. You stack a wizard, so that's one card accounted for. You still have two others, and if you go to Beal, you have three other cards that are unaccounted for.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if those other cards are, memory gaining, pops, the stuff like that, like advantage? It's like, I don't like that.
Oh yeah.
But, whatever.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like the gotcha aspect of it. I mean, like
I'm not gonna lie, I do too. That's why I play purple.
yeah, and hell, that's why I love the Mamamon deck. Actually, the Mamamon deck got a lot more consistency with this set because the new Mamamon from BT11 and GGmon let you look at the top cards and you get to choose whether to put them back on top or on the bottom. So if I see, oh hey, I get to play this tamer. Okay, I have four Mamamons here. Hey, let's just stack it on top because I can drop a Senbon and now make my board
The,
void.
the green Koromon do that too, on attacking.
You can put it at the top or bottom, I believe.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
look at the top and he's like, okay, I want it there, I don't want it there.
yeah, but I think it's green only. Like the Gatsumon, the Gacha Green Gatsumon does something
Oh,
similar too.
okay,
Uh,
okay.
but yeah,
Just like if the Tamer Iron Mako wasn't specific to Digivolving over purple Digimon, then you could essentially throw that in Mamimon.
yeah,
But it specifies purple, so like you can't,
yeah,
unfortunately. But I mean, if Black ever does get a Tamer like that, I mean, Mamimon pluses for you.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But honestly, just the new Mamamon itself is just exactly what that deck needs to be. A lot more consistent in the flow of it. It's still jank, but I'm definitely gonna whenever we're out of, because I know we're this week we're doing another Beelza
Yeah.
format. Since we still got one more prize card,
Deals. We
so
have
we're
one
gonna do
more
one more.
winner deal.
Yeah, so we'll do one more Beelza Cup. I think whenever we get back to our regular tournaments, I definitely want to try to bring. Well, Mamamon, I still need to get some more gameplay of Mamamon. I still want to try the Sukamon deck. The Poop deck is there. I'm trying some different techs with it. So eventually I'm going to bring something fun. As long as unless it's a duos format, then I'll probably have to play a little more. But we'll see. I need to bring out some more jank. I need to get some more gameplay jank going soon.
Yeah, we've had a lot of really good tournaments lately that we've been trying to make our way to Harlingen, and it just hasn't happened because
Yeah,
after nationals, they made some free box tournaments for us because on their side they messed some stuff up and they wanted to compensate us with a free box tournament. So that was really cool of Kaboom to do that.
yeah.
So I mean, we had a week there. The next week after that, well, I guess it was this week, right?
Beelza.
Beelzemont. Yeah, and then this
Something's
coming
been
week
always
also we're
coming up.
still doing another Beelzemont Cup. So
Yeah.
we've been trying to make our way to
Common
Harlingen.
Cave. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
this
this week,
hasn't worked out.
I'm gonna miss the purple because I'm like I really want to go there. I want to see like the locals. I want to see it. So at least this Friday I'm not gonna be here in Kaboom because I'm like I don't care about Beals. You guys can have that. I gotta play my Black War for the next 2 weeks while I can.
Yeah, well, you still have it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there with Jose and just mess around. We'll see, let's see what we can find over there. Let's see how well we do.
All right. Yeah, I respect that. Yeah, and we've been wanting to check out the guys
Yeah.
over there.
For a while.
Yeah, Michael's always been talking it up. He's and they have their podcast over there, and they seem like really cool guys, and they have a little more casual scene over there, which is great. Very welcoming scene from what I've heard and what I've seen. Um, and so hopefully at some point I'll be able to make it out there. I mean, I've family has kind of restricted me on my playability, but definitely good to see that the community is growing and making sub communities in different areas so that the game
Yeah.
continues
Who's the
to thrive.
players?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool that Harlingen finally got a scene over there because they didn't have a scene for a while.
Yeah, they had to basically either come down to McAllen or go to Brownsville. It's like 30,
Yeah.
45 minutes either way. Now they have their
This one in the
localized.
middle. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's really cool. Now we can do maybe Brownsville versus Harlingen versus McAllen kind of thing.
Yeah.
See where it goes. We could get We could post a poll on the main Digimon page to have people to represent whichever areas, make a poll for them.
That'd
I've
be
been
cool.
thinking about it for a while. Maybe we could do something like that. Make a little small event for us, and
Yeah,
maybe Kaboom can host it for us, and we could do. I think that'd be something cool.
yeah, yeah. I do think Kaboom has a better area. I mean, I know I haven't been to the others, but
Bigger.
from what I've seen, size wise, I think they have a better setup for larger tournament or something like that. May not be the most central location, but I think just
If we
internal
can make
aspects.
Kaizen worth it, I think they'll come.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And maybe it's something we can work on getting prizes and have running our own tournament at some point, and that'd be fun. I would be down to run our own at some point. Do mats, deck boxes,
Well,
something like that.
that's what I would do sometimes. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be our own tournament. Let's say the premium Bandai stuff.
Yeah.
Me and Jose get like sets of everything in there. So all the extra stuff like the second year we get those really nice binders I think.
Yes.
But you know what? First, second, third, or something like that. Just here you go. Just the
Yeah.
tournament for this plus everything else that Kaboom already gives us.
Right. Just throwing in extra
Mm-hmm.
stuff for the
Just
community,
little
and
things like
that's
that.
great, and that's
You
always
guys can,
great.
can raffle one off. They can whatever,
Yeah.
however they decide.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, guys. Well, any other topics before we wrap things up? Anything else you want to add to what we talked about tonight? I know we've got plenty topics that we can come up with and talk about, but we'll
Oh yeah.
definitely we have some down the pipeline planned for future episodes. But anything else we want to add to tonight before we call this and wrap it up?
Greymon X did nothing wrong.
Except reduce the cost by 2.
He's
Or
he
reduce
was-
the cost by 1, depending on what color, if you have a single color.
if you can go from a rookie to a level 6 with 3 memory,
What you talking about? That's impossible.
It's
I'll
From a
go
technically,
on.
champion.
it's technically 8, right? Well, I mean, when you're going into
I can go
black
from a
belt, it's
champion
8.
to a level 5 to a level 6, giving my opponent 5 memory. I can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have
CK, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
It's technically 8, right? But you're giving your opponent 5.
you're giving
And
your
no
opponent
board.
5
You're giving your
and
opponent
wiping.
5 and no board.
Yeah, and no
Hey.
board,
And
and
you
Did nothing wrong.
I
And you're
mean,
taking security.
Just you watch. Just you watch. The structure deck, we're gonna get something busted in there because it's Greymon. We always do. So I don't mind dishing out so much money for Greymon because
I'm
eventually.
fighting for Garu. I'm not
it's
worried
gonna
about
come
Greymon
back.
anymore. I want Garu to come back. That's
Hey,
not
in May,
Garu.
it's getting that purple deck, that purple structure.
I want purple Garu to come back.
The leaks should start soon-ish, más o menos.
yeah, the
So,
league should start soon for
there's
that. So we definitely
that's to look
keep an eye out
forward.
for that. I has I think Beelzemon's the only structure deck that's been super competitive. Well, no, because I guess Ragna and Jessmon did add a lot to what they did. So
Jess-
Right off the bat, they were not competitive. You needed
right
OP.
off the bat, no, you needed pieces,
This one
but
did.
they supported their style pretty heavily.
Mhm.
The
Just
same
wants
way
to
that
work more than any starter deck at that point.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one literally, all you needed was the EX2 Beals, and you were ready to go.
And
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have that, you were fine. You just replace it with the Bellstars, and you're good.
that's true because this one came with the extra pieces you needed as well. It had the extra
Mhm.
stuff to
Yeah,
already
it did.
swap out. So that's true. That's true. I don't know if they'll do these new decks that strong, that focused for
Maybe
itself.
another advanced deck.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's what I mean. I don't know if they're gonna do another advanced.
But
They
what
haven't
Digimon
classified it as an
is
advanced deck.
what Digimon is as popular as Beelzemon though?
I mean,
Agu,
these two
that
I think
we-
probably
Beamon.
That we don't already have.
Oh.
that we don't already have. Yeah, I can't think of.
Yeah, you're right.
Beelzemon's one of the most popular Digimon.
Yeah, that isn't already represented.
He has guns. He has a motorcycle. What's not cool about him?
Yeah,
Beelstar is just female Beelzemon. That's why she's
That's
better.
an icing on the cake right there.
yeah, that is. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Of course
Yeah,
you
so
do.
I mean, maybe we'll get another advanced deck in the future. But
Yeah.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
we'll get more for sure.
what could
I feel
it
like this is like the
what could
Pokemon
it
equivalent.
possibly
'Cause
be
Pokemon
though?
also has like their competitive versions of their structures, which is cool. Come with like their V Maxes and well now they're going to EX, but their V Maxes, their Vs. So I think this is a really good product for newer players who want to get into a more serious or competitive side,
Definitely.
competitive scene. You just pick up. Honestly, one is enough, but you
That's what I
do
was gonna
miss
say.
like certain cards, like Beals, like structure deck
Yeah.
Beals. You want to run three, so like getting two, fine. They are a little bit pricier, but I mean it's
They
honestly
also
worth
come
it.
with all the alt arts and stuff, which is really
Exactly. They
cool.
have those promo packs, which are
Really
beautiful, by
cool.
the way.
Yeah.
All of the alt arts in that are
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty
all
damn
beautiful.
good.
And that's kind of why I've been telling myself I should have definitely gotten a second
Oh,
structure
so you can
or
get the set,
second
man.
deck. Yeah,
Well, no, it
for
wouldn't even be
the
a set.
no, but even two of still is
Well,
fine
yeah, but
because
except for the EX mod that's in there.
yeah,
I
that'll
I
That
love
one
Bandai
is
for printing that art. Me and James
me
talked about it.
too. I hate the the alt
Uh-huh.
art from EX2.
yeah
Yeah.
all
So
of the
ugly.
EX2 alt arts were most they were just
The,
grabbed
The
from the anime
rookies,
and it
the
was
the
yeah
rookie
rookies,
alt arts. The
yeah
rookie
rookie
alt
alt
arts
arts are
are
horrible.
yeah,
yeah
they're
But the tamers,
every
fire.
all the other alt arts gorgeous.
yeah the
Gorgeous.
tamers were fire, the rookies sucked. Yeah,
Because they were fire, the tamer, but they just dropped the ball with the rookies.
yeah, I agree with
I
that.
mean, maybe not everybody, because you have some hardcore tamer fans, but nah, man, I'm sorry, not for me.
I will say because like we said, Beelzemon, you can get one deck and be set almost
Mhm.
competitive, just a few extra pieces. I think the closest thing we've come to that was Imperial Dramon starter deck.
Oh,
You
true.
picked up
Monster
two of
again.
those, and they were very competitive out of the gate
Um,
with those.
Monster needed pieces.
You still needed some pieces. You needed the EX1 pieces essentially to get
For
jamming.
Imperial. Yeah, for
Yeah,
Imperial.
for
That's
Imperial,
pretty much
but it
it. You just needed the jamming XV, and you're good to go.
yeah
You needed some VMons también. Some
Oh,
yeah
EX1,
The
some other
BTA
very little
demons.
stuff. Like, yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
there
point,
wasn't
CK.
much
Like,
that you needed for
where
that.
it's almost out of the box competitive. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, just a few little pieces similar to Beelza, just a few extra pieces. The EX Beelzas, but those EX Beelzas skyrocketed because of that. So
Yeah,
they went
yeah.
up. I'm not prettying out that deck. I'm running it.
I'm not looking forward to printing out that deck. Those Beelzemon DX2s, oh my
Yeah,
god, right now they're like at $70.
that's what I say.
Sheesh.
Minimum rarity, maximum effort. That's how I played
Nah,
my
nah.
decks.
We play Bling here. Well, we try. We try to
Yeah.
play
I'll
Bling.
just win another winter one, and then I'm good to go.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
And that's not you're not wrong there.
You're not wrong
You're
there.
not
If
wrong.
you can win another one, you're kind of set. Most builds run 2 to 3 of those, so you're good.
And then you'll just have to look for the alt art starter deck one when the prices
Oh,
drop.
no.
Oh,
I have my limits.
yeah.
Do you though? Do you?
Yeah, I draw the line when a card gets to triple digits. I remember the days when I wouldn't pay more than $20. Now it's like triple digits. No, I'm good.
You're like 99. That's the
Yeah,
cutoff.
that's good. If it stays at 99, I'm okay with that. If it hits triple, nope, I am out. That's
Yeah,
just stupid.
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, that's I I draw. I honestly, I'm probably like half of that. 50's the most. I don't even think I've even paid that much for a card. I try to keep it pretty low, or I'll trade for my stuff mainly. But yeah, yep, you got your blinkage there. So, um, all right, guys. Well, I think we can wrap it up there. I think we can call it there. I think we got a little bit of everything. Any last final words, final thoughts?
More
Next
Pokemon
week, what?
cards.
BT12? We talk about BT12 some maybe?
We'll probably bring up some BT12.
Sounds
We
good to
touched on
me.
it briefly, so
Mhm.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll do our homework on BT12 and
I haven't seen any of those cards other than the Greymon cards. Like, sheesh.
I've
bring
looked
it.
at the Bielsa, and then I forgot that we're also getting the Chaos X in that too.
Oh, well, I started seeing the
Full
Peels
deck
cards too, but
hunters.
I
So
need to read those
and
cards.
Hunters is supposed to be broken, so
Hunter.
definitely a lot of stuff to look into. Yeah, we got to do our homework before the next episode.
No.
But
Ivan
Yeah,
doesn't like to read.
more purple, more purple.
I am not looking forward to BT12. You know what? Time skip to BT13. Let me play Shine. Let me punch my opponents. Let me evolve for free.
Yeah,
They're gonna
that works.
That's what I want to do.
Matt. They're gonna
What?
they're gonna hit Damon before that.
Hey, you shut your dirty mouth. Everything I
But
touch gets hit.
this is true. So stop playing Bielsa.
No, dude, every deck I've touched, and then James is just gonna call me, Meta Sheep, and I'm like, shut up.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, guys.
Every
Well,
time.
it's been good. I want to thank you all for joining us for this episode. Thank you for sticking around for the podcast. Thanks again, Ivan, James. Thank you all for chilling, keeping the conversation going. Hopefully next time, Marco, Daniel, they wanted to jump in. Maybe they'll get to jump in with us next time. We'll see who else we bring around. Well, thank you guys for joining us here. Thank you for joining us for the podcast. Hope to see you guys next time on Valley Boys TCG.